the deal is we want to figure out the red area. The red area, however, is made up of two areas. Okay, now guys, what we're going to do first is we're going to get the area of the triangle, which is the red part here. So how'd you get the area of a triangle, gents? Yeah, area of a square divided by 2. So 14 times 14, which I'm pretty sure is 196. 196 divided by 2 is 98 centimeters squared. Okay, the next job we're going to have to do is we're going to have to get the area of the pizza slice, or the sector as we call them. See that blue area? How'd you get the area of the blue area? It's a quarter of a circle, so you can just quarter one circle. Or if you want, you can do 90 over. And 90 over 360 is a quarter. And pi value of 22 over 7. Radius value of 14 squared. Into the calculator with it. Huh? Go on, somebody give me that. 154 centimeters squared. Shh. I still didn't get my answer though, guys. Shh. We're after the green part. Take away the 98. 56. Okay. Very simply, it's theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared equals 88. What they're basically saying is, see that pink area there on the board? Actually, you can't really see it. It's better on my one, but see this green area, like a pizza slice? That green area is 88. And we've got to figure out is what is the size of the hand? What is the radius of the hand is what we're looking to figure out. We don't have the radius, okay? So what do we put down as the angle? 75. Okay. Shh. And then what do we put down? We don't have an R value, do we? No. So here's what you're going to do. Would you all agree it's 75 pi 360, and then there's an R squared here? Why is the R squared in a different color to the rest of it? It's the goal of the question, isn't it? Now, if I gave you a question like this, 3r squared equals 9, what would you do with the 3 in the front? You put under the 9, or you could write it as 9 divided by. So what do you think you could do with the number in front of the r squared on this one? So to make it really easy, you could do 88 divided by 75 pi over. Yeah, do that. Most people got 134.45. Now, I'd like you to square root that, because that's r squared, not r on its own. So square root the answer. 11 point. 11.59. Does it say I want it to one decimal place or anything like that? No, 2 decimal places. We're good. So the deal is, guys, this is swimming pool. So here's what we're going to do. What I have to do is apparently it's just the walls. Well, I think what we're going to do is we might assume that we're tiling the bottom as well. Would that be all right? So we have to tile all the surfaces of the pool. Is that okay? Now, here's what I'm thinking we should do. Okay? What I'm thinking we should do is, the first thing I think we should do is, see the rectangle on the right? And this, I'm actually sort of cutting it off from the bottom slightly. See the way I'm cutting it off from the bottom? That's a bit awkward, actually. We'll give it a go. Actually, no, I don't need to do that. You do not need to do what I just did there. Okay. Would everybody be happy the red one is? Would everybody therefore be happy that the blue one is? 24. Okay. Now, where it gets a bit awkward is, and it gets a bit awkward with the bottom one, doesn't it? Because it doesn't give us the It doesn't give us the slant, does it? No. In that case, we're not going to include the bottom because you need what's called Pythagoras' theorem. You guys haven't done. So what we're making the assumption is we're not including the bottom. We're only including the sides. So what do you think so what we have to do next is we're going to have to figure out what is the size of a rectangle plus a. Do you see the front wall is like that? So we're going to figure out the size of that. And then we're going to have to double our answer because there's two of them. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. How'd you get the area of the rectangle and the triangle on the diagram? So what you can do is that's 25 by 2, which is 50. Now, what do you think the height of the triangle is then? How do you know it's 1? No, it's not half it. Well, it has to add to 3. So that makes that 1. And the base is still. So it's half a rectangle. So half of 1 multiplied by 25. And half of 25. Add the two numbers together. How many of them is there? 2 of them. So add all that together. How much? 165 meters squared. Okay. Now, 165 meters squared, yeah? Done. Now what about the next part then? The cost of tiling the walls costs €40 per meter squared, and then allow an extra 2 for offcuts. So what do I have to do to the 165? Add on another 2, and then I have to multiply the answer by. That's an expensive job, isn't it? 6,000 euro. Most. Quiet, please, guys. Most guys multiplied by 25,000, didn't you? And you got 100,000 centimeters. Okay, 100,000 centimeters, you divide it by 100, and you get 1,000 centimeters. Oh, sorry, 1,000 meters. Divide that by 1,000. 1 kilometer. Okay, next thing. What's the scale distance if it's actually 3.5 kilometers? Well, you get your 3.5 kilometers and you divide it by 25,000. What do we get? 0.00014. Okay, that's no good because that's in kilometers. So multiply it by 1,000 to turn it into meters. So what do we get? Get rid of 0.14 meters. And multiply that by 100. What do we get? 14 centimeters. Okay. Do you remember our shortcut for this? Treat it as a block or a box. Alright? So multiply all the numbers by each other. We get 7 multiplied by 5 multiplied by. Would you all agree it's 35k? But we don't have a block. We have a triangular. Divide that answer by 2. 17.5k is 245. Divide 245 by 17.5. Huh? 14, is it? Because 245 divided by 17.5. I'm going to divide this up like this. You ready? So, I'm going to divide it up into a rectangle and a triangle. You can divide it up. You don't have to divide it up this way, but that's the way I'm going to try it out. Anybody got 56 by 39 for me? What you get? Huh? 2184. Everybody have a 2184? Now, can everybody find me the length of the blue line? It's not half 104. It's 104, take away the 56. The 56, because they're going in the same direction. Because look what happens when I bring up the green line. When I bring up the green line, the green plus the blue equals 104. So that means that 48, everybody happy with 48? Okay, so the blue line's 48. Now, next thing I'm going to ask you is, what is the height of the red line? 39 plus 23. What you get? So it's 62 and 48 is the dimensions of the triangle. So multiply 62 by 48 and half your answer. Because it's a triangle, not a rectangle. 1,400 and 1,488. At the so at the 2,000 and the 2,184 to the 1,488. 3,100 and 3,872. Whoa, stop. Shh. It's 3,672. Now, get that and multiply that by the €24 you want per square meter. 88,000 and... So she's getting 90,000 is more expensive than what she wants it for. She should take the deal.